Hi, boys and girls. We're moving on to finish Sefer Dvarim. We are going to do chapter 20 today, Perek Chaf, and we're going to deal with the laws of war. So remember I said that we're going to deal with the laws that you need when you enter the land. One of the things that we have to deal with is what happens if you need to go to war? Who goes to war? How do you go to war? Do you kill as many people? What about burning trees? What about burning homes, etc.? So let's go through the chapter, and hopefully I could do two chapters with you today, and then 3 chapters, and we're finished with the book, so that will be quite a relief for you, and you will have from now till the contest to really practice. So here we go. Ki tetzeh lamilchama al oivecha. If you need to go to war against your enemy. Vera'ita, and you will see in war horses, chariots, lots of people. It's an awesome sight. It's scary. It's spooky. But you don't need to be afraid because God is fighting for you, and God who took you out of Egypt is protecting you. And you know what happens when you come close to the war? V'nigash hakohen v'diber el ha'am. Please notice, it's not the head of the army, it's the Kohen, the religious leader, speaks to the people, and he says to them, you are about to go to war against your enemy. Al yerach levavchem. Don't be chicken. Don't be afraid of them. Don't run away from the battlefield. Don't think that you can't do it. God is with you, and God is going to save you. And officers, the police, the officers are going to speak to the people, and they're going to say, who are the people who don't have to go to war? Who are the people who are exempt from war? Maybe it's not a good idea. They should be at war. So first, they say, the officers will tell the people, Mi ha'ish, who is a person who built a house and he didn't dedicate it yet? Let him go home. Because if he dies in battle, another person is going to dedicate his house. That's not nice. Who is the person who planted a vineyard? So bana bait chadash, kerem, a vineyard, and he didn't dedicate his vineyard yet. Let him go home, just in case he doesn't get to dedicate his vineyard. Next, the third one. Who is a person who engaged a wife and he didn't marry her yet? Let him go home. What if he gets killed in battle? Another person is going to marry her? Better stay home with your wife because you're newlywed, you're too worried, you're going to be too soft-hearted. Mi ha'ish hayareh. What about a person who is chicken? I can't do this. I can't go killing people. I'm too scared if I get killed. Let him go home, because he is going to lo yimas et levav echav kilvavo. If he's chicken, he'll make other people chicken. You can't have an army that everybody is afraid of battle. Then, if you come close to a city, so you don't just go ahead and attack and kill people. First, karata eleya l'shalom. First, you have to offer peace before the battle. If they answered you in peace, then everybody that's there, they surrender, and you'll collect taxes from them, and that'll be it. In other words, the object is to collect taxes, not to kill people. Ve'im lo tashlim, and if they don't want to make peace with you, and they want to make war, ve'tzarta aleha, you will put a siege around the city, and God will surrender them to you, and you will defeat all the males, women, children, animals, everything that's in the city. You could take away for yourselves. You could use them as slaves, you could use them as labor, you could use them as meat, and you will be able to take advantage of the city. That's what you will do to all the cities that are far from you, from the nations around Israel. But rak me'arei ha'amim ha'ele, from these nations that God gives you, from there, you're not allowed to let anybody live. In other words, those who live in Eretz Israel that we're supposed to take over, those you're not allowed to let live. That's a very harsh law. But the Torah is concerned that they're going to outnumber us. Okay? So you will destroy the Chiti, Emori, Knaani, Perizi, Chivi, Yevusi. All these people you have to conquer. Anybody else you have to try to live with, make a deal with, so that they should not teach you how to worship their gods, because that would be a sin. Now, if you are making a siege, you're surrounding another city, you may not cut down its trees, because that's food. And you're not allowed to cut it. Why? Man, is he a tree? You're angry at the man. Why would you take it down on the poor tree? You need its fruit. Rak etz asher teda ki lo etz ma'achal hu. Only a tree that you know that it's not a fruit tree, that you're allowed to cut down when you are surrounding a city. Now, and if you come into the land and you take over and you live in the land and you will take the first fruit, the firstborn fruits, that you will take in a basket, v'samta batene, and you will take it to the place that God has chosen to establish His name, and you'll come to the Kohen of that days, and you will say to the Kohen, Higadeti hayom la'Adonai Elohecha, I am announcing to God, Kibati el haaretz, I came to the land that God promised. And the Kohen is going to accept the basket of the first fruit, and you're going to put it by the altar. And you're going to say the following, Arami oved avi vayered mitzrayma. And you shall say before the Lord, an Aramean sought to destroy my forefather when he went down to Egypt. Aramean is Lavan, and Yaakov. Small number of people, he became a great and mighty, and the Egyptians treated us cruelly, and they punished us, and they imposed hard labor on us. So we cried to God, and God of our fathers, Lord, heard our voices, and saw our troubles, and our oppression. And the Lord brought us from Egypt by a strong hand, with an outstretched armed with great awe, respect, and we brought the first of the fruit of the ground which you, the Lord, has given us. Then you'll put it before God and bow down before God. Then you shall rejoice with all the good God gave you. You, your household, the Levite, the stranger among you. When you have finished giving 1/10 of the produce on the third year of the tithe, the tenth, you shall give them to the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, the widow. Please notice, the Torah commands us to share with the underprivileged. Share with the underprivileged. Then you should say before the Lord your God, I have removed the holy portion from the house. I've also given to the Levite, the stranger, the orphan, the widow, as you commanded. I have not transgressed your commandments. I didn't make any sins. I didn't eat what I wasn't supposed to. Look down from your holy dwelling, we say to God, from heaven. Bless your people Israel and the ground which you have given to us. You swore to our forefathers. This day the Lord your God is commanding you to fulfill these mitzvot, and you have selected the Lord to be your God, to walk in his ways, to follow mitzvot, and the Lord has selected you. You selected God, and God selected you. So we are thanksgiving, we're bringing our fruit to the temple, and we're sharing our gift with the poor, and we are accepting God, and God is accepting us. And that's the end of the chapter.